What's up everybody, Intercom here. Taking out this Daytona for the second time. Did a video the first time and the camera's audio went all messed up and it decided to record external audio rather than my voice. So yeah, it was just a fuck ton of wind noise. I must admit, the first time I rode this I was fucking amazed. Astonishing how well it handles without even having to try. I mean, it's essentially like a 125 handling wise. It just fucking does exactly what you want it to do. Phenomenal bike. I can't tell you anything more. It is just it's amazing. It handles spot on. I mean, as I said, I rode the street triples and I loved them. I really liked it. Minus being upright, because I'm not a fan of it. Really not. It's fun, but it's just not for me, in all fairness. I mean, possibly get one eventually at one point in my life, but sort of the naked sports bikes for me just don't do it. So if you're talking sort of like supermotos, that's different, but a naked sports bike just it isn't my forte. You hear this bike really come alive at sort of 10k. It's almost like the air induction noise sort of kicks in and it's like screaming its heart out. It's got a stock can on this as well, so it's quiet-ish, you know. It's nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. The sort of street triples I rode had exhaust systems on them, so they were just screaming their hearts out. They were lovely. Oh, kickstand. There we go. So this belongs to the person that owned Bell. Someone pulled out on him, as always, and it got written off. Bottom line, quite plain and simple, but. He got this instead and he's much happier with this. He enjoys it a lot more. So realistically the only thing that's been added to it is a little bit of crash protection or sort of scratch protection, tank pad, and a set of braided lines is standard. Other than that, and maybe the screen, I think the screen's standard. But yeah. It's my favourite thing about the triples. Wine, so nice. But I mean, this is just amazing, such a phenomenal ride. I mean, it depends if you like the positioning. A lot of people that ride it don't. If you don't like sort of hunched and crouched over positions, you won't like this at all. But that's something that I really like. I mean, the handling is just spot on. There's barely any effort in a corner, whereas with Bell, the first time I rode her, I felt like I was fighting the bike to do what I wanted it to do. Whereas, as I said, with this, there's none of that. There's no fighting. I mean, obviously at speed, there's still a little bit of, you've got to sort of push it a bit, but nowhere near as much as the 600RR. The 600RR, you really have to fight. In my opinion, the first time I rode it, obviously after a while you get used to it, how it handles and what it does and doesn't want to do. Well, not what it doesn't want to do, but you've got to put a bit more effort into. I mean, of course, I'm speaking from experience of riding a 125. Back then, that's the first bike I rode other than a 125, sort of properly. So, of course, it felt miles different, you know, and it did feel like I was fighting the bike. But after a while, I got a little bit more fluent on it, and it was piss easy, you know. It was really fun and easy to ride. But this, in terms of a bike that you sort of, a first big bike, it's definitely a good jump. Because like I said, it's very smooth. It's sort of, Triumphs seem to be quite snatchy on the throttle. They're sort of like, I mean, that's very small adjustments on the throttle, and it's sort of snatchy. And if you sort of close off the throttle, this isn't as bad. But if you sort of roll off the throttle, it sort of tugs you forward a lot more on the street triples. But it's smooth, which is something I found very strange. The first time I rode it, as I said, I was obviously having quite a bit of fun on it, and yeah, I didn't feel like I was going as fast. Although I was, you know, I was really pushing some speed very quickly. It just didn't feel as fast, and that's purely because it's smoother. It's so much smoother. I mean, on paper, this is more power and less weight, so, you know, it's all the things that would equate to more performance. But it doesn't feel it because of the smoothness. Whereas the 600R was far more on your wrist, like you really felt it pulling you back in your seat. But this doesn't. And it's sort of that good mix as well, you know. It's not too, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's just, it's amazing, you know. It's not too scary for a first big bike to ride, in all fairness. That's the best way to put it. And it is so fun to ride. The brakes on this with the braided lines are spot on. Do you see that difference at 10k? Oh, it comes alive. It really does come alive. Phenomenal bike. And I mean, as I was saying about the positioning, it's very, the subframe sort of angled, so you're proper in it, you know. But I shouldn't have said in it, but you are really in the cockpit almost. And I love that, you know. In all fairness, with me, I'd probably put a set of clip-ons on it and put it lower, because I'd want to be more sort of over like this. But it is lovely. It is just faultless. I really cannot fault it. It's by far on the sort of top bikes that I've ever ridden. It just, it's phenomenal. It really is. I mean, I can't. It's a strange feeling, because I've always, after the first time of riding a 4-cylinder, I loved it. I really loved the 4-cylinder. And this is a bit different, but it's sort of there or thereabouts, you know. It's sort of like the best of both worlds. It's got the torque that sort of accounts for the general missing power, although this has got more power, like I was saying. But it's amazing. It just works so well. Because you're not missing the power or the pull. That's the thing that you seem to miss, the pull. But the torque accounts for that. You've just got so much torque. It's phenomenal. It's so phenomenal. And as I said, it's so easy to flick around, you know, without even having to try it too much. I mean, even sort of stuff like this, you'd sort of have to. I felt like I was fighting Bell the first sort of time I did it, but it's just so easy on this, you know. There's no effort into it at all. It's amazing. Best feeling in the world. It's one of my favourite bikes, undoubtedly. Right. Now an obscenely loud street triple. So like I said, you'll notice with this, it handles amazingly again, but it's a lot more twitchy on the throttle, I felt. He's sort of played about with this as well. He's changed it. I think he's gone 6 up on the rear sprocket. So in first gear, this thing is a fucking animal. It's fun, but it's a fucking animal. I take it back, they are fun. But you sort of, I mean, I was really trying to hold on to the clutch and the bar at the same time there. Obviously 2 fingers on the clutch, 2 fingers on the bar. 130, I sort of think I sort of got up to there. And it's it fights you so much. It literally wants you off the bike. I suppose it's quite relative because of the amount of space that I have when I'm going that speed. Maybe if you was down a motorway and you went a bit quicker, you maybe wouldn't feel it as much. But I mean, after riding this like that, I couldn't imagine going much quicker, because it's just impossible. This one pops and bangs on the overrun like fucking mad as well. It's got what's it got on it? Arrows, I think. Fucking, what's the gear indicator saying? There we go. So it's a third. I should have only got to second if I moved any gears. Right, so this one again has not really got much. Oh, it's got a couple of bits done to it. Arrows, twin arrows. It's a fucking 6 up on the rear sprocket. It's fucking massive. Lovely set of Pirellis. Is it Pirellis? No, yeah, it is. Yeah, Pirellis. I do love a set of Pirellis. Levers, bar ends, and grips. That's pretty much it. And crash protection because he likes to throw it down the road. Ooh, I've got beef. Got beef with him. God, yeah. Sounds amazing. The shift lights on them are really cool as well. I quite like that. It's just an interesting, a cool little feature. Sorry, not interesting. I suppose it's interesting, but it's just a nifty little feature, you know. I mean, but at night when it's dark, you know, they sort of start flashing in your face. Fuck me, do they hurt your eyes? They start to give you a headache. He says his miles per gallon has just plummeted. Oh, it's got... Oh, it hasn't. I thought it was going to say it's got Renfrew bars, but it hasn't. Yeah, his miles per gallon's just savagely plummeted since changing the sprockets. I was going to say as well, it's sort of that 130, my helmet's not loose, but where I've been wearing a neck scarf quite a lot, it sort of stretched it out a tiny bit, and at that sort of speed I felt it start to pull back slightly on my head, where there's obviously so much force in the front of my face from the wind, you know, at that sort of speed. I mean, the torque on them, it's just amazing. I mean, look at that snatch. It's amazing. It's so awesome, you know, that feeling to have that much power under your belt. And that much torque, sorry. Fucking hell, bit snatchy there. I mean, it does handle very well. Again, it's the first thing I noticed when I rode one, was how much better it handled in comparison to a lot of the other bigger bikes I rode. The Triumphs just seem to handle just phenomenally. You get what I mean? Bang, 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 bang.